Welcome, everyone, to the Lansing Catholic Podcast. I'm Father Joe, the chaplain here.
And I'm Mr. Stolpa, Dean of Intellectual Formation.
And would you like to introduce our guests today?
Yes, we have with us Alex Fernandez and Braden Rabideau.
Welcome, guys.
Hello.
They have a big football game this week, Father.
Yeah, so in case people don't know, Alex is our quarterback. Way to go, Alex. Thank you. And
that was a weird thing to say. Like, why do you say way to go wide receiver to Braden?
I was getting there. Also, Braden is one of our wide receivers. Way to go, Braden.
But they both play defense, too. What position do you guys play
That's
in
true.
defense?
I play kind of like an outside
That's
linebacker.
Alex Fernandez.
I'm Alex Fernandez. I play like an outside linebacker defensive end position on defense.
I'm Braden Rabideau, and on defense I play safety, sometimes strong safety, sometimes free safety. It kind of just depends on the coverage.
If you're on offense and defense, that means you're basically playing all the time. So how do you guys – are we going to go right into the interview?
No, Father. Okay. Hang on to that. But that's a good question.
Okay, so I'm getting ahead of myself. So
Write that down, Father.
Let's talk about our updates for the week. So this is Thanksgiving week. So enjoy the short week. We only have 2 days of classes. That'll be Monday the 25th and Tuesday the 26th. On Monday, we've got another visit from Father Mike Cassar and Dawn Hausman from the Vocations Office. They'll be with the 10th graders in their theology classroom. So
and they were with 11th grade or 9th graders this week, right?
They were with 9th graders recently. Now they're coming back for the 10th graders. And the next semester, they'll be with the 11th and 12th graders. So you guys will have a day with them as well. And then on Tuesday, we'll have adoration because we normally have it Friday, but obviously there won't be school on Friday. We also have house masses on Monday and Tuesday. So everything's kind of getting pushed into those 2 days.
What is Monday is Frassati and Joseph?
Yes.
And then Tuesday is K-Tech and DePorres.
That is correct.
Or is it – no, sorry, it's Frassati and DePorres.
Do they normally do an all-school mass for that? Is that
Last year?
Yeah. Or is it always house masses for those first 2 days before Thanksgiving?
Well,
house masses.
I thought a couple years ago we used to do that the Find Your Future thing, the Cougar.
Oh, yeah.
Seminar days.
Was that what they're called? Seminar days?
Career seminar
Career
days,
seminar. One year they went to Harry Potter, I think, before we all got here. Maybe their career is watching movies.
And I've never been to those seminar days because we always had a retreat during that time with the upperclassmen.
That's right.
So you guys were at some of the seminar days. What would they actually do?
It set up, it was Naviance. It was our old website before like Zello and all that.
Yeah.
And we basically just set that up and like.
You made a resume and had interviews.
Yeah,
we take like quizzes. Oh, they were like mock interviews.
Yeah,
They'd have like some
all these
parents
parents came in, did like mock interviews. Yeah.
Did you guys do an interview?
I did once.
Yeah, I did one.
I think once.
How'd you do?
I think it went all right.
Do you ever look back and think, man, I was dumb?
I mean, not specifically because of that.
Must just be me, I guess.
I mean, I don't really remember it that much. I totally forgot about those like career days or whatever they were, honestly, before you just brought that up. So would they stop? We did it for 2 years, right?
We stopped them because kids don't remember them. So we realized they're probably not that great.
My interview was with John Waters' mom, so it was also kind of weird because like I know her very well, and I was like, all right. Well,
what kind of business was she fake running?
I do not remember that.
I think I was interviewing kids and I was pretending out a bowling alley. So I was like, do you like pick up mozzarella sticks off the ground and clean the gutters? Yeah, it was great.
We also have spring musical auditions this week. So on Monday.
What's the musical, Father?
The musical is Grease. I'm told the high school version. So
we cut out some key things.
You can read into that whatever you want, but I'm actually not very familiar with that show. I don't think I've seen it before.
There are some problematic storylines.
Well, anyways, that's the musical. So if you're interested, be sure to sign up for that. Come to your audition. We'll see if you get a spot in the show. And I think that's all. Oh,
Thanksgiving, is that a holiday of obligation, Father?
It is not.
Oh,
Thanksgiving is actually a civil holiday, but because it correlates so nicely with, Thanksgiving is a very Christian theme, it's the only civil holiday that is now in the Roman Missal. So there is like a day on November, I forget how they put it, because it's not a specific day, it's the fourth Thursday of the month, right? So, but it is in the Roman Missal. There's a special mass for it, only in the Diocese of the United States.
Yeah, because it's not even a Canadian thing.
No.
They don't get the pilgrims.
Nope. So
they got who came? The Vikings.
The Vikings.
Yeah. So I was actually in Rome 3 years ago on Thanksgiving, which is why I wasn't at the last state final football game. And in Italy, it's not a holiday, right? It's just a regular Thursday, so it was kind of weird to be out there and like celebrating Thanksgiving, but no one
Cornish
cared.
game hen?
Nobody cared.
Yeah.
The Italians don't do it.
Alex and Braden, what do you guys like to eat on Thanksgiving? Because forget the turkey. No. Yeah. What's your favorite side?
Stuffing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you guys homemake it or is it stovetop?
I don't know. Ask my mom. I have no idea.
Okay, well, call it. We'll expect a call in later on that show.
Yeah.
from the stuffing.
Yeah.
Braden, what do you like?
I like mashed potatoes. I'm a big like meat and potatoes guy.
With the gravy?
Yeah, with gravy. Yeah, with gravy, butter, salt, pepper, whatever.
Garlic. Do you mash them?
Yeah, mashed potatoes. Yep.
No,
yeah,
but do you mash them?
do
No,
it.
you, Braden Rabideau.
I help with it sometimes. Yeah, I do. Yeah. So
Good
we
work.
actually, I guess it depends on which side of the family we're doing it with, but I feel like a majority of the time we do make them like homemade. So
In your house, are you guys, do you help make the meal or do you help clean up after the meal?
a little bit of both. Yeah.
I watch a lot of football.
Well, now they have 3 games, so
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
watch them all day.
Yeah.
Don't they ever get mad at you? Like, Alex, come help with the dishes.
I'll do the dishes sometimes, but now the lines are good this year. I don't know. I might be stuck to the TV.
We made what is it called? Stuffing from scratch once. I think everyone always gets it from the box, but we did it from
No,
scratch.
we make my father-in-law makes it from scratch.
Well,
We tear apart the bread.
yeah, I just remember
so
having,
yeah, we do. We do.
So we
make
tear
from
apart the
scratch,
bread and then
yeah.
you put the leave it
You
overnight.
put it in like a blender. Some people do that.
Who puts what in a blender?
Like,
No, because you have
isn't
like
there
the
like
bread. You have the bread chunks still. You can't blend it.
no? There's certain things that you blend. I swear. For part of it.
blended
what
stuffing.
What do you put in your stuffing?
Isn't that there's like celery in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's
Celery.
like bread.
I don't think we
and
have
there's,
celery in
There
ours.
shouldn't be celery. It ruins it, but
I think it's good.
yeah. I don't
So,
like celery.
Braden, do not bring your stuffing over to Alex's house.
Yeah.
Yes. So let's go back to the question I was going to ask, which is if you're playing offense and defense, you're basically on the field for almost the entire game, which is hours and hours of football. So how do you guys, how do you have enough stamina for that? What kind of training are you doing to keep up with that kind of output?
To be honest, you can't really like train for it. Like there's no way to simulate it from practice or even conditioning or anything, especially those first couple of games of the year.
Yeah,
When it's
hot.
just super hot out.
Yeah.
I mean, you just can't there's no way to
Yeah.
prepare for it, to be honest. You just got to be ready, because you know it's coming.
That
But,
says a lot about you guys, though. That if it's just grit and effort,
Yeah.
then
I
you
mean,
guys can do it
obviously
all.
there is conditioning and
Yeah,
reps
right,
put into it, but there's no way to like simulate it through practice or even a scrimmage or anything. Because it's like you said, I mean, it's like 3 hours straight of just
Yeah.
in
yeah.
the heat. So it's
Yeah. For example, our first game against Williamson, I drank like as much water as I could, and then on top of that, I got a saline IV before the game. So like just tons of electrolytes in my body, and I still cramped because it was like 90 some degrees out, and playing both ways, it just drains you.
Well, it's
But,
hard when it's that hot outside.
Yeah. Now that it's cold, it's much easier, but when it's hot, it gets pretty draining.
So how much does your diet affect that? Are you guys like super particular about all the things you eat, or is it not that big a deal?
more so at the beginning of the year, honestly,
Yeah.
especially with like just liquids like pickle juice, electrolytes, like always getting electrolytes after practice. Making sure you're starting to prepare like Monday for those first couple of games, not like Thursday the day before.
So I've seen you guys, not you guys specifically, but people on your team carrying the salt drinks around.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is a newer thing. I haven't
Yeah.
seen this before.
Yeah, what I take is the Pedialyte Sport. I'll take one. I'll drink one after practice, and then I'll drink one like during the school day. Like after practice is especially important because after you lose all that sweat and salt in your bloodstream, you need to get it back somehow. So yeah, that's big.
So you guys were both freshmen the last time Lansing Catholic won the state championship, right?
Yep.
Were you on the team? Did you go to Ford Field for that?
Yeah, I was on like the kickoff team at that time, so yeah, that was a cool experience for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I was, I guess, on the team, but I had a broken collarbone, so I was hurt. So I didn't actually. I was there on the field, but I didn't get to play or anything.
When did you break your collarbone?
Versus Portland, JV,
six,
freshman
maybe?
year, week 5, 6, something.
Did
like
I have
that.
you in your class first hour or first semester or second semester?
Second semester.
I was
Okay, so
first
I do
semester.
not.
So
you
went
guys
up-
were not in the same class.
No.
For some reason, I thought you were. I do not remember you with the collarbone.
Yeah.
and on, so that's exciting. What is the difference now in preparation for this game than what you did freshman year? Obviously, there's a lot more you have to go through because you have much more prominent roles. So, how have you had to change, and what's the experience like now that you two are kind of two of the guys?
Honestly,
Well,
yeah.
Well, it's less like what I felt was like when I was a freshman, I always wanted to be like the guy who had the role, and like I wanted to be out there. And I just remember like I wrote down on my phone like you're gonna win your own state championship someday, and like I want to fulfill that goal.
Do you still have that on your phone?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, so it'd be sweet if I could fulfill that. And yeah, I just wanted to have a role on the team because I kind of felt like we won the state championship. I felt like a spectator, you know. I was just running down the field a couple times on kickoff.
The kickoff, so.
Yeah. So yeah, it's exciting now.
Well, in that game, wasn't it something like 13-9? It was very low
yeah,
scoring.
It was
so-
not.
Yeah, it was not
great
high-
game.
it
So
was
not a lot of kickoffs for
No.
you to run down the field.
No,
huh?
definitely not. I was kind of disappointed, but yeah.
It was honestly, especially for me, because I wasn't even put on pads. It was definitely just like front row seats to a good game. Like, you get, like stress free, kind of along for the ride. Get to go to Ford Field.
But you're at
Don't
Ford
have to
Field.
stress
Do
the
you get
plan or
do you
anything.
get what kind of locker rooms do they give you? Obviously, they're not going to give you the Lions locker
No,
room.
so no one gets.
not
They have
close.
so they have like a ton of visitor locker rooms. So honestly, for like some of the bigger schools, like the D1 or D2 schools, maybe they'll get like the actual away team locker rooms. Maybe.
Oh,
But
they'll go that.
But then they have a bunch of
I didn't know that.
separate smaller ones for like all the other schools that don't have as big of teams. So we'll go in like honestly a locker room that's like probably only twice the size of this room.
Oh yeah, it's
in here.
terrible.
Oh,
So
I was
it's
going
not
to say,
even that
'cause
big.
it's got to be pretty nice and not smelly like our locker room.
Oh no, it
Not
doesn't smell
smelly,
like
but
anything.
cramped.
But it's like just metal lockers and like there's
Not
not
enough
much
lockers for
space.
everybody.
Yeah.
No TVs up and or anything?
No, nothing that special. There's a ton of like, and then they're all just next to each other. So there's just a bunch of hallways back there, and yeah, I mean,
When you get into the underbelly of Ford Field, are there other things that people would not ever know about? Is there a separate practice area? Is there
there's a
batting
like
cages?
There's like a
around the tunnel. So their tunnel is like a road.
yeah.
They can like you could. It's probably
You could drive a semi.
you could drive. Yeah,
Well, they
like,
probably have to when the
Well, right, when
WWE shows up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All that
Yeah.
gear they got to bring out to the field.
Yeah.
You could probably fit like 3 cars side by side in their tunnel, so it's
Yeah.
pretty wide. But and there's like a bar and
That's what I was
grill
gonna say, yeah.
like along for like spectators. I'm sure it's for like the NFL games when they're walking out and stuff, kind of like pregame, where they can see them walking by and like warm ups and stuff. But there's
Really?
it's kind of by the locker rooms, and there's like a clear window so they can see what like everything
I
that's
remember
happening.
seeing that, yeah.
And there's like a bunch of tables and there's like a bar and a bunch of TVs and stuff. So it's probably, I don't know if it's maybe like some like, people who have like the suites or something like that. But
Yeah,
kind of
it's
VIP
definitely looked
access.
exclusive. Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
So we got Boyne City on Saturday, right?
Yep.
Correct, yeah.
And in Clare, which by the time this airs, we will have already played. Is your preparation for this, or is your excitement for this? Where does it rival the other playoff games so far?
Yeah, I like to kind of veer away from that mindset. I don't like to think about games differently. Like, I want to treat this game just like any other game. Just play how I play. I mean, once you get to like thinking like, oh, this is a huge game. There's so much pressure. You're not going to be yourself. You got to just think about it like how you got to treat every game the same. Because once you start treating it like a bigger thing, you're going to stretch yourself out. I don't think that's worth it.
Yeah, I agree with that. But for me, I kind of do look at it as partially a big game because I kind of want to like enjoy the moment, like realize
This
like,
is the state semifinals.
yeah,
kind
like
of thing.
kind of
It's
take
gotta
it
be
in a little bit.
Yeah, it's got to be a tricky balance because you're right. A lot of this is the head game. You don't want to
Yeah.
get yourself all psyched out, but
Yeah.
also appreciate what's really happening. Haven't you been doing practice this week at Michigan State? Wasn't there?
Yeah,
something?
yeah, we did.
We have.
What was it, Tuesday, Wednesday? Yeah, we did practice. And then today we have to go practice in the snow. So, yeah.
Oh, it barely
It melted,
snowed.
actually.
Relax.
Yeah.
It's
No,
just-
I'm not worried about it.
See, the nice thing about being inside is you don't have to be in the rain, but then it's hot, whereas outside at least
It is
you're-
hot, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty hot in there. It felt like we were practicing in September, August
Yeah.
when we were
Yeah.
there. Like,
Give me flashbacks. Yeah.
because last couple weeks you don't sweat much in practice because it's like
Yeah.
40 degrees.
Yeah, no.
So we're there, you're drenched again, like it's the beginning of the middle of the summer, whatever maybe. So
So, what have been some highlights from this season? You've had a lot of exciting games. Are there any that sort of stand out to you?
probably starting out with the win versus Williamston was a good one.
Yeah,
Finishing off senior night with the PW win and kind of just carrying that through the playoffs. Each playoff win, obviously, won 4 straight. So just kind of carrying that momentum through.
I think getting revenge on a lot of teams like
Revenge is always a good motivating
Yeah, I
factor.
mean, we've had a lot of revenge games this year. Williamston, we lost to them a couple years ago, and then Charlotte, Ionia, PW, Ovid Elsie in the district. We played them 3 straight years in the district, and we got that win, which is huge.
So they knocked you out the last 2 years? Or did you
No,
knock
we
them
won.
out?
We won our
We
sophomore
won,
year,
yeah.
and then we lost last
Lost
year.
last year and then got them this
Yeah.
year?
Yep.
We lost our sophomore year in the regional championship to West Catholic, who won the state championship that year.
There you go.
Well, honestly, if we didn't play them, we would have seen them in the state championship.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the team they played, we would have in the state championship. We would have beat they
They beat.
throttled them.
Yeah,
by
they beat them
40.
like 40 to like 6 or something.
Well, that's not even fun at that point.
No, I mean,
Like, I mean, you guys have had those games where you've blown people out. You've played the close games. Do you prefer the blowouts or the close games, or kind of where every possession matters, protect the ball, or do you just like to be comfortable? Like,
I mean,
okay, we're good.
I guess it's more like after the game, like it's more enjoyable to have a close one, but like during the game, it's pretty stressful. And
Yeah.
we had 4 games like in a row like that: PW, Chesaning, Ovid Elsie, and then And I guess 3 then. But yeah, that was a stressful little patch there.
The game against
Yeah.
Palma, Westphalia, I watched on the live stream, and it was. And shout out to Adam Collum, he does the live stream commentating.
He does a good job.
And he was like because that very last play, down to the last few seconds, it all came down to that, and then you guys held the line.
Yeah.
That was pretty exciting.
Yeah, that was great.
Do you guys have any plans for next year? Are you allowed to announce them, or is it just kind of what are you looking at to do? Continue your careers, or just become academicians?
I'll be playing in college somewhere. I haven't decided yet where, but I'll probably know within like the next month-ish. I'd say.
We'll have to have you come back on the podcast and make that
Sure, yeah.
announcement.
Yeah, same for me here. I'll play somewhere. Not quite sure yet where. So yeah.
Look at this, Father. We'll announce it to the world
Yeah.
on the Cougar chat.
Well, it's going to be an exciting weekend. I'll be there to watch you guys. I never played football in high school, so it is sort of fun to like relive the days.
We were
I never
homeschooled,
had.
Father. Your team would have been your brothers.
Yes. So yeah, it's cool to be on the sidelines and cheer you guys on. It's been a great season.
Yeah, it's been awesome so far, yeah.
I always like seeing Father on the sideline because he just kind of wanders around, and I keep waiting to like put on someone's uniform and try to go into the game. Like, Coach, I'm in.
Well, I heard a funny story from Father Paul Erickson, who was the chaplain before me. He said he'd go to these football games, and the coaches are saying things that he doesn't understand. People like using a language that doesn't even make any sense, and he doesn't really get football, but he's there. And when a player would get off the field, he would just smack him on the helmet and say, "Good job." So I was like, all right, well, I can do that because I also don't really know what all that stuff means, but I can tell them they did a good job.
Good job. You'll get them next time. Hang in there,
Good
slugger.
job getting that ball and running, and good job.
As long as they did a good job, you don't want to like.
Don't make it worse by telling them they did a good job if they know they did.
my very first year was the year that you guys won the state championship. So we had like, I think we only lost one game the entire season. if I
Yeah,
remember.
it should
It was
have either.
Palamo.
It should have been like
shouldn't have.
14.
PW. So I remember at the end of the game that you guys lost, I was like, I don't know what to say. Like they always win. Like, what do you say after they lose? So I had to get used
When
to
in
that.
doubt, just pray, Father.
Yeah, well, certainly do that. So I've got Thanksgiving trivia questions that I just downloaded from the internet, and I have no idea if any of these answers are correct or not, but some of them seem to be, so we'll see what you know. So first question, Mr. Stolpa. What 4 ingredients go into making a basic pie
Let's say
crust?
it's not celery. Pie crust?
4 basic ingredients.
What? The crust from Kroger, and you just open it up.
No.
Graham crackers. What the heck is in a pie crust?
Okay, I thought this was a basic question. Apparently you don't know much about baking.
Do you know what's in a pie crust?
I mean, I would probably
All
be
right,
able to guess.
gentlemen,
Just,
what would you guess is in a
Say
pie crust?
Flour, sugar,
Actually, there's no sugar. But you're
What?
right.
Why'd you-
But
you
flour
told me
was
yes.
right.
vanilla,
No, even more basic.
Milk.
Flour,
Milk, water,
water,
eggs.
eggs.
salt, and butter.
Uh,
All right, never mind. We'll go on to the next question.
Buy it frozen.
In 1995, this popular Thanksgiving vegetable was the first to be grown in space. Anyone want to guess?
Pumpkin.
Potato.
Very good.
Yeah.
Potato.
Not
Excellent.
really a vegetable, is it?
I guess it is a legume,
Starch?
so maybe not technically a vegetable. We'll have to submit a correction to this. Okay, according to a poll, which I did not fact check, what Thanksgiving side dish is the least popular among Americans?
Oh. Beets.
Brussels sprouts.
Closer, but more common.
Green bean casserole?
There you go,
Yes,
green bean casserole.
I love the green bean casserole. Do you guys have the green bean casserole?
No.
Just green.
Even if I did, I would not
no
eat it.
I can tell you the ingredients in that.
That's not one of my questions. We're going to move on. According to Guinness World Records, how much? All right, I'll give you 3 options you can select here. How much does the world's largest pumpkin weigh? So the options are these: 1,500 pounds, 2,500 pounds, 3,500 pounds.
You want to say 3,500?
I'm just gonna go big. That's what I'm gonna guess. Yeah.
Correct. 3,699 pounds is the correct answer.
You said 3,500.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
It's
close enough. I was
37.
rounding it up a little bit. All right. This has to do with turkeys. You know how there's like specific terms for male and female animals, like a bull and a cow, right? Or
Tom and hen.
okay, you got to the answer already. Tom and a hen. Those are the male and female names for turkeys. Let's do one more. In 1863, what U.S. president decided that Thanksgiving would be observed as a civil holiday?
Lincoln.
Very good. All right, one last one. This is kind of interesting. This has to do with Thanksgiving, and you have to go back a little bit here, but what do Marilyn Monroe, Meryl Streep, Matt Damon, and Taylor Swift all have in common?
They celebrate Thanksgiving.
Well,
in a nod to Cheers, they've never been in my kitchen.
Nope. Got to go further back.
They were born on Thanksgiving.
Nope. Apparently, they're all descendants of passengers or crew on the Mayflower. Like I said,
That's uninteresting.
Did not fact check any of these, but that's what the internet told me.
All right, that's it.
That's it, everybody. Thanks for listening. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest at Lansing Catholic. Have a great Thanksgiving holiday. Be good to each other. Have good food.
Party on, dudes.
We'll see you next time.